This can be through conscious mindfulness throughout the day, but also in our chosen rest and rituals, which is our theme for this month. If you're watching at home, a really gentle hello to you. I hope you are doing okay, and I'm so glad that you are joining us. If you want to join the virtual side aisle at midday, the link is in the YouTube description. I'd like now to introduce Andrew, who is part of our welcome team, who will tell you a little more of what is going on later today.
Oh, I need this, right, okay. Hi, thanks, Katie. I'll be very slow after last night's excitement. Hi, I'm Andrew Appleyard. I'm chair of the chapel board here at Rosslyn Hill, and I'm very happy to greet you all on this slightly less warm Sunday. We're in the hall as part of our relocation project over the summer, and hopefully I'll be welcoming you, and Katie and the Reverend Kate will be welcoming you to our relaunched chapel in September. Cross a lot of fingers on that one. After the service today at 2 to 4:30, we have performance by singer-songwriter Caroline Chan, followed by a tour of the houses where some of Hampstead's famous musical residents lived, which is led by David Carter, who's put his hand up, and I'll be on the tour as well, giving a bit of local knowledge when I lived around here in the mid-90s to early zeros. At 6 p.m, we have our weekly group to slow down and reset our mindfulness session. And at 7, we have the sound bath, led by Azuri Noni. Let us begin to arrive and take time to settle. Let's slowly say the chalice lighting that we have for Bright Lights Children's Chapel. What?
I can hold this while you make the hand signals if you want to invite people to. Or you can hold it and I'll do them.
Okay. I'll hold it while you do them. We are the chapel of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. I will light the chalice. And now for the peace candle. Let's say this one more time, but even slower. We are the chapel of the open mind, loving hearts, and helping hands. Peace to the world. We come together every Sunday and we like to get to know one another. I invite you to turn slowly to someone and introduce yourself and welcome them. Take some time to say hello to them. John will do this for a couple of minutes, and John then will signal with music that the service is about to begin.
Really lovely to hear everybody saying good morning to each other and to start those conversations, which I hope that we can have over some cool water or some warm tea after the service. I'd now like to invite you to join the hymn, I've Got Peace Like a River. The words are inside your service sheet over leaf. And Andrew, you're going to love this too, because it also has some hand motions, so which you're welcome to do along with me, which is, I've got peace like a river, yeah? And you can do it slowly, if you like. And it's, I've got love like an ocean. That's a really lovely one. And then, I think last night some of us had joy like a fountain. Okay, yeah. Okay, everyone looks good. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. That was absolutely beautiful. So, someone asked me during the greeting, are we having the story? Are we having the story? We are having the story. And I'd like to invite Ali and her daughter Rose to come up to the front. And we'll be sharing the story for all ages is The Hare and the Tortoise, a very well-known Aesop's fable. And it's retold by Rob John. I hope everyone can tell who is the hare and who is the tortoise. Look at me, said the hare to the other animals. Just look how fast I can run. The hare ran across the field as fast as he could. All the animals agreed that yes, the hare was very fast. The hare ran back. See, he shouted, I'm not even out of breath. Yeah, that was fast, said a fox. So who wants a race, said the hare. Anybody think you could beat me? None of the animals spoke. See, said the hare, you're all too scared, even to try. I'll have a go, said the tortoise. The hare laughed. You? The slowest creature in the whole world? I'm not wasting my time racing a tortoise. What's the matter, said the tortoise. Scared I might beat you? Some of the animals laughed at that, so the hare said, all right then, tortoise, let's have a race right now. Then we'll see who's laughing. Not today, said the tortoise. We'll race next week. Got to do a bit of training first. Next morning, the animals watched the tortoise do his training. First, he did some gentle stretching exercises to warm himself up, and then he started to run. Has he started running yet? Asked the fox. Hard to tell with tortoises, said the badger. He's definitely moving. Is he? Said the fox. Tortoise, are you sure about this? Said the crow. I mean, the hare is very fast, and well, don't worry, said the tortoise. This is just one day. I'll speed up. You'll see. Now, on the day of the race, crowds of animals came to watch. The tortoise slowly made his way up to the starting line, and then suddenly the hare arrived at top speed, wearing a brand new tracksuit and 4 expensive-looking trainers. The race starts here, said the fox, pointing to the line on the ground, and ends at that tree on the other side of the field. First one to touch the tree is the winner. Right, let's get on with it, said the hare. Ready, tortoise? Ready to see some real speed? Oh, I'm ready, said the tortoise. Ready, steady, go, said the fox, and the race began. The hare roared off, then stopped and looked back. The tortoise was still crossing the starting line. The hare ran back to the tortoise. Didn't you hear him say go? You can start now. I have started, said the tortoise. Look, said the hare, you're going so slowly, I might have to have a rest. I might even have a little sleep. I'll finish the race when I wake up and still beat you by miles. The hare lay down in the sun and fell to sleep. The tortoise kept going. Slowly, steadily, he moved across the field, and by evening time, he was getting close to the finishing tree. Still, the hare slept on. And now the animals started to get excited. You know what? I think he might win, said the rabbit. I can't believe it, said the badger. The tortoise might actually win. The animals started to get excited, and as the tortoise got close to the finishing tree, they started to cheer. Come on, tortoise, they shouted. Nearly there. Keep going, old friend, keep going. But the noise of the cheering crowd woke up the hare. He looked across the field, saw the tortoise about to reach the tree, and in a flash, he was running. The tortoise heard the hare thundering up behind him, but he kept going, and suddenly he was there, just in time. The tortoise touched the tree with his nose. He'd done it. The tortoise had beaten the hare, fair and square. There you go, said the badger. There you go. Slow and steady sometimes is better than fast and flashy. Thank you so much. We come together in fellowship each Sunday with hearts full of joys and concerns. We think especially of those suffering the health effects in the current heat wave. And I invite you now, if you are holding someone in your heart, no matter how fast or slow they're moving, I invite you to say their name aloud in the coming moments of stillness, so we may also hold them in our prayers. For all those names, spoken and unspoken, may they know that we're thinking of them, hoping for them and wishing them peace. I now invite you to come forward and light a candle. I hope you remember Kate's taper training from last week. You keep the taper upright. And when you finish lighting your candle, you give it back to me, and then I will hand it out to the next person. As you light the candle, perhaps keep these words in mind. I do this slowly and with time for myself and others. This small act may provide great ripples of peace, and this slow and steady act of light and hope is a time for myself and others. Let myself be present, breathe, and be supported by all. I would now like to invite Tatiana to read a poem. I heard this poem at Jazz Vespers at the American International Church. It was chosen by the Associate Minister, Jared Jaggers, to talk about how Lent, which may feel like a long time ago now. But I wanted to share it with you now as we move into the holidays. Maybe we can give up something for summer and just slow down a little more. Do you want me to hold it while you're reading?
I'm Giving Up for Lent by Lindsay Rush. What would it feel like to give up self-improvement for 40 days? Would the tightness in our chests, throat, shoulders and hips ease as we contentedly took the easy way out? Would capitalism crumble if we deleted our wish lists and framed the before photo? Sounds holy, if you ask me, to be sold on life as is, just to exist with only this, only us, only what these two arms can hold.
I invite you now into a time of prayer and meditation. Please close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let your breath slow. Breathe in and out. And give yourself permission to relax your shoulders and feel your feet on the floor and where your body meets the seat. Take 3 breaths in and out. As you do this, gently notice if your mind wanders, and then gently bring it back to your breath. Feel your feet in your shoes. Give your toes a little wiggle and then relax. Relax your legs. Work your way up to your stomach, chest, your arms, your hands. Breathing in and out. If any thoughts come in, just let them float away like little clouds. I invite you to move your attention to your eyebrows, your eyes, nose, cheeks, ears, lips, tongue. Breathing in and out. With this part of yourself where you are everywhere and nowhere, maybe make a small kind intention to yourself for some way you can slow down this summer. You can now either keep your eyes closed or gaze softened or open your eyes. And I will share with you my thoughts on slowing down and what it may mean in terms of our spiritual paths. We live in a world that urges us to hurry, to fix, to improve, to organize, to respond, and to get everything done. With our phones always in our hands, it can feel as though we're constantly achieving something, ticking things off, moving forward. And yet, beneath all of that, many of us carry a quiet buzzing. What's next? What needs doing? Am I keeping up? But what if the invitation is not to finish everything, but to return to the present moment? Time and time again. This is your to-do list, the present moment. Across cultures, holidays or holy days exist to interrupt routine. Anthropology tells us that these reversals of everyday formality are what allow the formality to continue. Rest is not the opposite of progress. It is what makes progress possible. A holiday slows us down so that life can regain its rhythm. And perhaps this is the deeper truth. Everything is already here, already unfolding, already enough. You are already enough, as we heard in the poem read by Tatiana. What would it feel like to give up? Sounds holy, to be sold on life as it is, to just exist with only this, only us, only what these two arms can hold. Children seem to know this instinctively. They live by feeling, by presence, by the simple call of need, like a newborn crying to be fed. Perhaps we adults have muddled this instinct with urgency, productivity, and the myth of constant improvement. And this is where faith, ritual, and rest become essential. They help us stay present while getting things done. They help us with clarity rather than compulsion. And the quality of what we do is transformed when we move from presence rather than pressure. Rosslyn Hall symbolizes to me a place where presence is appreciated and encouraged, but also where practical help and social action is called upon. These two arms can hold, but our helping hands can also move. But without the focus and kindness of presence, no big matters that sometimes insist on small and steady changes can take place consistently over time. All faiths touch on this truth. In Buddhism, presence is the heart of liberation. In Unitarianism, I feel that we reject fixed doctrine and instant salvation. Instead, we trust in continuous revelation, truth unfolding slowly through patient attention. Spiritual insight emerges not from dogmatic speed, but from quiet noticing. Like the grasshopper in Mary Oliver's poem, A Summer's Day, that Ros read so beautifully to us a few weeks ago. Unitarian ethics seem conscious-led. Ethical action grows from slow, deliberate reflection. And in worship, we honor slowness through silence. Through the gaps between the readings and the songs, through the stillness where that still small voice can be heard. And it is in these spaces, like the pause after a yoga pose or the rest day between your workouts, that the real growth happens. We cannot have one without the other. Movement and stillness, action and rest, doing and being. The Quaker Advice and Queries number 28 says, "Attend to what love requires of you, which may not be great busyness." Maybe we are not always required to be of great busyness. I once gave someone a card, and later that day I noticed that she hadn't opened it yet. She smiled at me and she said, "All in good time, Katie." Word God. Ecclesiastes 3:11 states, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." And life does have its own rhythms, its own unfolding. And remembering this gives me breath. It helps me feel safe. It helps me be present with others and with the moment I am actually living. So, perhaps just for today, it is enough to offer you a few reflections to ease into this stillness and opportunity to appreciate slowing down. Here are a few reflections to carry with you. When do you feel the pull towards busyness? What does slowing down mean to you personally? And how might you honor slowness in your daily life when so much is asked of you? Maybe through ritual, through faith or rest. And maybe the answers for these questions flow quickly for you, but maybe others we need time to sit quietly with ourselves, to be kind to ourselves in forming these ideas. And so today I've laid out 3 tables for all ages, and I'm hoping that these will give you some space and time in your busy weeks to think about slowing down, how it might help you feel better and give you more time rather than less time. So I invite you to take part in 2 or 3 of the tables if you have time during our 15 minutes, and then there will be time to share this microphone and the reflections that come to you. On the activity table with the yellow tablecloth, Ali and Rose will be there making some lovely lavender and rosemary and lemon balm bags with some oats. And when you feel the oats in your hands, or just drizzle them, if you like, onto the muslin cloth, that in itself is very soothing. And you can use this in your bath or your shower. The second table has got some mandala reflections there. There's some pencils, and you can choose a mini mandala, because I know we only have 15 minutes, so you could sit quietly and do some colouring. And then the third table, Andrew will be at, and no hand movements, Andrew, but you can have a stretch. You can sit down, have a sip of lemon and mint water, and then just have a think about those rituals that we can do in our own lives. What do you do? What might you share with others? So we've got about 15 minutes now, and I invite you, if you need help moving a chair to a table, just signal and I'll bring one over for you. So, do you know, I was so relaxed. I don't know when we started or whether you've had 15 minutes or not. Sorry. So with the microphone today, I now invite you, if that you have a reflection that you'd like to share with others, could you come up to where I'm standing and share from here? I can't pass the microphone around because if I do it outside of the big speakers, we'll get a bit of interference. So, Trish, or anyone else, if you'd like to share, please come up to the front. Or I can kind of talk through what I've seen from the tables. Talk through, I'm getting the thumbs up. I think we're feeling pretty peaceful and slowed down. So I got lots of kind of love like an ocean and joy like a fountain from Rose when she held up her lovely, do you want to give them a sniff like you did for me? And she was like, there was a sense of joy like a fountain, but also relaxation from the bags. Ezra's doing a marvelous job of being a great example of slowing down by reading. A great reminder to us all that we can just enjoy our favorite book under a shady tree somewhere, just slow down. And actually, probably it speaks for itself. If I pass by the colouring table, everyone had chosen a design. Some were shading differently. Some were kind of looking at the different colours and were gently absorbed in what they were doing, even though it's quite a simple design. So thank you so much for having a try at some of these activities. And I now invite you back to your seats. Oh. So please re-find your purple hymn books and turn to hymn number 21. Oh, thank you, Rose. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's gorgeous. And John will play through the first verse and then rise as you are able. Number 21 in your purple hymn books. let us share the communal blessing that the children say at the end of their bright lights. It's at the end of your service sheet. As we leave this friendly place, love gives light to every face. May the lessons that we learn warm our hearts until we return. Blessed be and amen. Please be seated. Thank you so much, everybody. A huge thank you to John for his beautiful music and playing quite a fair bit more music at the beginning just to give us more time to arrive. Thank you for entering the spirit of slowing down, and I hope that it's provided some time for you. I can see a yawn, which is a really good sign, actually, that you're feeling lovely and relaxed. Do stay now and have a cup of tea and some refreshment in the kitchen, and I wish you a wonderful Sunday. Thank you.